so we are down to 4 teams. All 4 teams have answered the bell. Wow, they've given us the answers we're looking for. We still have so many burning questions. Right. First, high leverage question. Who is the best starter left in the championship series?
Easy, Garrett Cole. He's close to being the Garrett Cole of 2023. His last outing against the Royals, Cole's back. He's back to being a horse and ace. He's a horse's ace.
Yamamoto looked good, but he's not the horse's
Garrett
ace.
Cole.
You need to fix your collar. Your jacket collar is a little popped up. There you go. Next, high leverage question. Will Freddie Freeman play every game in the NLCS?
No. Here's why. Games 3, 4, and 5 in New York, no days off. Somewhere in that 3-day span, he's going to miss 1 game.
So Max Muncy will play first base.
Max will play first.
And Kike Hernandez will play third?
Get him in the lineup anywhere. That guy hits bombs in October. I don't care where you have to play him. Get Kike in the lineup.
All right, so again, he's playing with a banged-up ankle. We wish Freddie the best. Next question. Will Shohei Ohtani pitch at all this postseason?
No. And hopefully, if you're a Dodgers fan, he starts to hit a little bit, too. I don't know if it's the Padre pitching. He will not throw a pitch in the postseason in 2024. Get excited. You're going to see a lot of them in 2025. No.
If they make it to the World Series, he doesn't come out to shut the door?
He will not throw. They will not risk the investment they have for him pitching. If they hadn't used him in the series against San Diego, he won't be used.
I think Ohtani makes that call. Anyway, can the Dodgers win the National League Championship Series with Shohei Ohtani struggling at the plate like he did in the division series?
No. They're going to need something from him. This is a much improved Mets team. And if you don't believe it, look what they did to the Phillies. They made the Phillies look like a bad team. They really did. They beat up on the bullpen. I get it. Ohtani needs to do something because his Mets bullpen, if he doesn't hit against his Mets bullpen, the Dodgers won't win.
Especially if Freddie Freeman isn't playing every single game of the NLCS, like you say. The dominance of the Dodgers pitchers. Just take a look at what they were able to do. The longest scoreless inning streak in a single postseason in franchise history, and we just witnessed it. Games 3 through 5, 24 consecutive scoreless innings. And that all started during a very emotional victory for the San Diego Padres in Dodger Stadium. So here we are, the Dodgers move on, and as we look at their chances of getting to the World Series as they take on the New York Mets, as great as the Mets have been, if there's a big advantage that the Dodgers have, that bullpen looks loaded for bear right now. You go back to 1988, the last time they hooked up the National League Championship Series, the Dodgers and the Mets. It was kind of a role reversal. Remember, the Mets won the World Series in 1986. They had Dwight Gooden, they had Darryl Strawberry, they had Howard Johnson, they had Keith Hernandez. They were loaded for bear, right? Ron Darling, I'm sorry, I know you're watching.
Greg breaking up his childhood.
But they were the star-studded team, and then you had the Dodgers who had all this charisma and this team mojo, and they were able to pull it out in 7 games. The roles have reversed. The super team is the Dodgers this time.
Yeah, and everybody hated the Dodgers back then because they were always in those nice white uniforms, and they thought they were the Dodger way, and Lasorda was doing the Dodger thing. Everybody hated them, but they were really talented. And I think a lot of that is here. You know, you got Shohei, Mookie, and Freddie, and the money and everything else, and everybody's kind of jealous of them.
Well, the one similarity, as you look highest payrolls in Major League Baseball, these are the top 2, right? My goodness, Mets and Dodgers.
Look at the Yankees knocking on the door right there. So you got 3 still alive.
Not really knocking on the door. I mean, they're almost $40 million behind the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers won that World Series because they had the hottest pitcher on the planet in Oral Hershiser. 1988, no one could score a run off Oral Hershiser. I guess I want to know, they had a top-heavy rotation, and Oral had to be the guy. Can Yoshinobu Yamamoto yonder be this year's Oral Hershiser for the Dodgers?
Well, he wanted to go 7, 8 innings, right? I don't necessarily think I'm going to see that from Yamamoto, but I will say this. I think that bullpen for the Dodgers, the Mets haven't seen a bullpen yet in this playoffs, in this postseason, like this Dodgers bullpen. And I think that's going to be a huge factor going in because I think the Dodgers really match up well with the lefties and the righties, and they understand how to go and attack these guys. And on another note, too, they're going to have to travel quite a bit. So a lot needs to be said. How healthy are these guys going to be? That's going to be important playing a huge series right here, best of 7.
It's going to be fun. I think the one thing you're seeing here is the execution. That's why the Dodgers pin looks so great. But let's not discount the Mets. This club has been on fire, and there's something to be said about having to fight all the time. They've been fighting since Atlanta, all the way here to get through the postseason. They finally get to exhale and breathe for a couple days, and now they're back on the plane to go to L.A. But they're playing some of their best baseball. They found a young star in Ventos. Pete Alonso's starting to swing the bat, hit the ball everywhere else. Jesse Winker has woke up, and Lindor is an MVP caliber player. This is star-studded, Greg. Those numbers you showed of the salaries of those teams is not accidental.
I look at it this way. I put the payrolls to the side. I almost think you have to. If the Dodgers don't make it to the World Series, it is a huge disappointment. Whereas I kind of think, and I know Mets fans don't want to hear this, the Mets are playing with house money at this point.
Oh, yeah. No question about that.
It's crazy, right? And they got the highest payroll.
I know.
And they're playing with house money. But they are. They've gotten hot.
No one expected them to get to this point.
No, not at all. Not at all. This was supposed to be a little. David Stern's going to fill out the team, little rebuild. We'll see what happens.
Do you know what moment haunts me? I interviewed David Stern like 2 or 3 days before the trade deadline, and I asked him live on MLB Tonight, can you confirm to me that you will be a buyer at the deadline?
I remember that. He said,
and he goes, I can't, you know what? We still got a couple days before. We just don't know. Think about it. Yeah. He was still considering trading Pete Alonso.
You know what? He plays good poker. I didn't think they were going to sell anybody. That's the reality.
I took him for his word. I've never been lied to by a front office executive.
That payroll? Come on.
Time now to bring back CBS Sports MLB analyst and 2013 World Series champ Will Middlebrooks. And Will, when you look at this matchup, sometimes you have to throw out the numbers, what happened in the regular season, because it is postseason baseball. And as you were talking about, it's not necessarily about who's the best team, but who's the hottest. How do you think the Dodgers match up knowing what they did to them in the regular season?
Well, the Dodgers are feeling good about themselves right now. I don't think they're looking at the regular season at all because of what you just said. It's the postseason. This is a brand new season. And, you know, I immediately start looking at the pitching matchups because that matters. Pitching matters so much. Yes, bullpen. If I'm looking at the bullpen right now, I think the bullpen matches up well against the Mets. I'm looking at the offenses. I think the offenses match up well. Even with Freddie Freeman banged up, they're still some superstars. And when you have guys like Kike Hernandez getting the job done towards the bottom of the lineup, that helps you out, and that helps you to lengthen the lineup as well. But you start looking at pitching matchups, and I'm assuming they haven't, obviously the Mets haven't named a Game 1 starter yet, but I'm looking at Kodai Senga there. Luis Severino could use the rest. Quintana just threw. Manaea didn't throw that long ago, and the game's tomorrow. I'm thinking as well as like, where did the Mets stay tonight? Because you know they're in Southern California somewhere. Did they get a hotel in San Diego? Did they find one right in the middle somewhere to wait and see where they were going to be playing baseball? Because they're just waiting, and then you have to play tomorrow. It happens quick. So I'm going to say it's Kodai Senga, or it's 2 days. It's Sunday actually. It's Sunday, so they have time to travel. That's on me. It's postseason baseball.
Hey, it's all good, brother. It's all good.
I got ALDS Game 5 tomorrow first. Don't let me get ahead of myself. But point being, the Mets are in Southern California because with that time change, you don't want to give yourself just 1 day to go from East Coast to West Coast. You want a day under your belt to get used to that timing. So this should be a good one. I'm excited for it. You got the hottest team in baseball, which you just said, 70-42 since June 1st. And then the Dodgers, who are just riding high right now, because I'm not sure they were too confident going into that series against San Diego and pulled it out.
Yeah, but now they definitely have that juice and that swagger. Let's go back to Kodai Senga, right? He started Game 1 in Philly, or versus Philly, just his second start of the season. Do you think the Mets should go back to him knowing that there's so much uncertainty around him? Like, how do you think that impacts the rest of the series if Kodai is your starter for Game 1?
I think you have a clear plan to it's going to be a quick hook, right? You go out, you're going to know within the first couple innings if he has his stuff or not, right? So I think there's a game plan where you almost play it like he's an opener. And if he has good stuff and he looks good and the fastball split combination is working, and you're getting bad swings and he's getting ahead of guys in counts, then you let him roll for 4, 5, maybe even 6 innings. If not, you treat it like a bullpen game.
So that's on the pitching side, but there's so much star power in this series, Will. Shohei Ohtani and Francisco Lindor, 2 leaders for NL MVP the last handful of months. Both have had big moments this postseason. Who do you think will be the biggest factor?
I'm looking at Mark Vientos. I'm looking at the kid. Like, everyone's so focused on Francisco Lindor, which they should be. He's a superstar. And outside of, if Ohtani's not there, he walks away with the MVP. But Pete Alonso's starting to come alive here and hit some big homers in the postseason. He's starting to wake up. But Mark Vientos, it's his first postseason ever. His first 7 postseason games. He's hitting .429, couple bombs, 7 RBIs. He looks like a veteran.
And quickly, Will, who do you have winning this series and in how many games?
Oh. Jeez, this is tough because it is the hottest team in baseball in the Mets. I'm going to go with the Mets. I am, just because the Dodgers lack starting pitching. And in a 5-game series, they can get away with it having 3 starters. I don't know if they can do that if this series goes 6-7 games. I don't know if they have enough arms to get through it, and it's going to be a lot of stress on their bullpen, and you'll start feeling that towards the end of the 7-game series. So I'm going to go Mets, but if the Mets win it, it's going to have to be a 6 or 7 game stretch.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録と高評価よろしくお願いします。